I'm Jamie Kirkland. I just brought this 50 by 72 inch oil painting into the gallery. The title of this painting is called Open Range, and it reminds me so much of when I was a little girl. I would take road trips with my family from the deep south all the way out west, and to get to see these spacious skies that we have in New Mexico. Here it is, especially in the summertime, it's all about the sky and the buildup of clouds and the drama and the colors, and I just love to work on these large-scale pieces. It's called Layers. And the focus of this painting was to do one after another interesting colors of the landscape in ochres and siennas. And there's some lavenders underneath. And I love when I'm in the studio to take my scrapers and my other tools and brushes that I work with, and I apply paint. Then I remove paint, sometimes I scrape all the way across it, and then I start all over again and build it up and reduce it until it has that overall feeling of harmony and space. Oil on canvas called Shimmer Shimmer, and the reason I titled that is because a lot of the sunset colors, especially set in a cool blue sky, when you get those layers going of the light yellows and then the oranges and the deep reds, things really start to vibrate and it feels like there's a lot of movement in the sky. I really love putting a lot of paint on the surface, using a variety of tools, and I'll scrape and move the paint around so that things start happening on the canvas that's not anything that's been preconceived, other than this is where my horizon and foreground is going, and this is all going to be sky area. So I wait until the painting sort of tells its own story. This is what's going to happen here. And we want sky holes here. So we're scraping back, adding, mixing colors. It really is a whole orchestration called the Golden Hour. This painting in particular is really indicative of my newer paintings in that it has so many layers of oil paint, and this painting is all about what happens when those layers get mixed on the canvas. And I use a lot of different tools. I use a large, wide scraper, I'll use brushes, paper towels, Q-tips, anything that will move the paint around to get the quality of harmony that is so important to me. I just loved what happened with these colors, these lavenders and oranges and yellows. And I particularly, in this painting, wanted this cloud shape to be set in a very quiet sky. Here in New Mexico, we just have the most incredible skies. That's very low horizon and just beautiful cloud shapes. It's such a challenge as a painter to try to create the sense of air and the three-dimensionality of clouds, and I really enjoy doing it with these softer lavenders and then some warm, quiet yellows. And I get to be the orchestrator of the sky when I take these shapes. This one has a beautiful arc shape in it. It's just a joy to paint the New Mexico sky. This painting, Afterglow, is a 24 by 36 inch oil on canvas. And the reason I titled it Afterglow is because of the interaction with these beautiful yellows, Naples yellow in the sky, with the shimmery lavender clouds that are covering it. And I love to work with water. I lived close to the water for a number of years. So working with water compositions brings back wonderful memories for me and gives the viewer an entrance into the experience of the painting. I really enjoy doing square compositions. I think it makes the landscape a little more contemporary, and sometimes it's quite a challenge to figure out what I'm going to do in that square space. For this painting, this is one of a series of paintings I've been working on in my privacy in my studio. I call this series my Happy Blue Sky series. This one's titled Indigo Sky because it does have a gradation of a lighter horizon line, a cerulean blue, going up into ultramarine and then up to that deeper indigo, which you do see out west a lot. But I love working with cloud patterns and experimenting and trying to decide how to present cloud shapes and sky imagery in a more contemporary voice. This is a 40 by 40 inch oil on canvas painting, and I named this painting Waterfall Cloud. The inspiration for this is a photograph that I took late in the afternoon on my way home from the studio. I just could not believe that this was what was happening in the sky. There were these just incredibly beautiful blue-gray, deep, dark colors. And you had this cloud that was just spilling over, and it was so delicate, and just these little gossamer tendrils dangling in front of the mountains. That's one of the reasons I really do enjoy from time to time being inspired by my photography. Whenever I travel, I am always taking photographs of the shapes and the forms that I find in the landscape. And a painting like this was seconds that the sky was doing this, and I get so excited visually when I see things like this.